Hiking Telescope Peak. Parking at Mahogany Flat Campground in Death Valley National Park is about 100 miles east of Lone Pine and Highway 395. Getting there involves taking Highway 136, Highway 190, Emigrant Canyon Road, and Charcoal Kiln Road. The difficulty rating for the hike is strenuous. The hike begins. A trailhead sign is found next to the campground entrance. The world gets seemingly turned sideways on the trail. The trail hovers along the edge of the ridge. While hovering above the canyons, there are nice views to enjoy. Passing around a sharp bend, Telescope Peak comes in view. The trail continues below the ridge. Viewing both Telescope and Bennett Peaks. The trail levels out on the ridge between Rogers Peak and Bennett Peak. Passing to the right of Bennett Peak. Eyes now set on Telescope Peak. I bypassed Bennett for now. I wanted to get up Telescope before any of the legendary Death Valley heat kicked in. Now it was Telescope Peak's time. The Flat Ridge Trail had ended and climbing Telescope Peak began. Bristlecone pines flourish near the summit area. Bristlecone pines come in view. The trail had been direct for miles until the first switchback when approaching the summit. More switchbacks followed on the final approach. With most of the climbing in the bag, the trail levels out near the summit. Approaching Telescope Peak. Closing in on the summit. On the summit of Telescope Peak. Elevation, 11,043 feet. The Summit 360. Some fighter jet activity was going on in the skies. Summit images. beginning the descent. Before going back to the trailhead, I still had Bennett Peak to climb. Bennett Peak then became my target. Going off trail and climbing the low ridge ahead looked like the way to go, but I talked myself out of it. Instead, I kept a lookout for a well-worn used trail more to the west. Unfortunately, this wasn't the best choice, but I did find a rock cairn due west of the peak. I took that to be the message I was looking for and headed up. I regretted not going the other way first, but this still worked. It was a slow-going climb, but it went straight toward the summit. On the summit of Bennett Peak. Elevation, 9,980 feet. The Summit 360. Moving on to the northwest to return to the trail. After about a quarter-mile off trail, back on the right path. Next is Rogers Peak, but I already climbed it the previous day. Instead of more climbing, the hike wound down as I returned along the same trail. Taking a moment to appreciate the views. Approaching the end of the line. Mission accomplished. Reward your long driving effort with a visit to the highest point in Death Valley National Park.